Hey friends, it's Liv, Chief Food Wizard at Apocalicious. Today we're getting based. When in lockdown, if you're gonna drink your way through these crazy days, do it right. This creamy and indulgent drink has it all. A caffeine kick to fuel your journey down a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. The nip of courage you need to face the music. And a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. It's like your morning mocha, your evening nightcap, and a milkshake had a three-way, and this was the delicious bastard lovechild. Just enough of a jolt to lift your spirit, mixed with just enough spirits to better back down again. Let's mix her up, shall we? Pretty much anyone can enjoy this delicious Mocha Moonshine Milkshake because it's vegan, gluten-free, and free of major allergens. It whips up in minutes with ingredients you probably have in your pantry. I know you're gonna love it! If you'd like to print or save the written recipe, be sure to visit our website apocalicious.com to get it. Also be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. We'll share a new recipe video each week. Now let's make this thing! Friends, these are strange days indeed, but remember, we're all in this together, even when we're getting poor and tipsy, far apart. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay frosty. Okay, let's talk ingredients. We're going to use something really rich and creamy, which is one of my favorite pantry staples, coconut milk. Now this is what's going to make our shake taste like a shake, but if you don't have it, you could use some sort of non-dairy creamer. We're also going to need some ice, some instant coffee, some chocolate. I'm using a dark chocolate that's vegan. A shot of whatever booze you've got. I used whiskey. You could use another alcohol, maybe vodka or rum, anything that would go well with chocolate and coffee. A little bit of vanilla extract, and some maple syrup. Cool, let's make it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt our chocolate. I'm just adding it to a microwave-safe bowl, and I'm going to melt it in 20-second intervals until it's completely smooth and there are no chunks. It's a good idea to stir your chocolate between intervals as well. Okay, so our chocolate is melted, as you can see. So now what I'm going to do is mix in my instant coffee. And I want to do this while the chocolate is still warm because the coffee granules dissolve with heat. So I'm going to stir this really well until I can't see any of the coffee anymore. Now I'm going to add in my whiskey. You could use another alcohol, maybe vodka or rum, anything that would go well with chocolate and coffee. Now I'm just going to stir it really, really well to try and get the mixture to one smooth consistency. And this is basically going to be our liquored up chocolate sauce. It's going to be mixed with the milkshake rather than blended into it. So as you can see, I'm giving it a really good stir just because the coffee granules are still sort of dissolving and the whiskey and the chocolate don't really want to mix too well together. So you really have to add a lot of air and make sure that they amalgamate. So now I'm going to sweeten a little bit of maple syrup. And again, I'm mixing it again to make sure that everything is really well incorporated and whisked. There you have it, that is our chocolate sauce. So the next step is going to involve our blender. Now you really need a high-speed blender to make this recipe this way. So you need to make sure that your blender has the capacity to crush ice. So mine does, so I'm adding in some coconut milk. Now I'm adding in my maple syrup. And this is just to sweeten it. You can use any kind of sweetener you like. A liquid sweetener will blend really well, so you could use something like agave or maple syrup, or maybe even like coconut and nectar. Now I'm adding in some vanilla extract. This is going to give that classic milkshake flavor. It's going to make it taste like a vanilla shake. And I'm going to add in my ice. I have about a cup of ice. So now I'm just going to put on the lid and blend her up on the highest setting. And I'm just going to pulse it because I want to make sure that all of my ice makes its way to the base and gets fully incorporated. And what you really want here is a smooth, thick, whipped mixture. It's going to look like a sort of thinnish milkshake by the end of this. And it's really important to use something like full-fat coconut milk here because you're not going to get the same indulgent texture that you have in a milkshake if you use something like almond milk. You really need something that's thick, so as I said earlier, like you could try a creamer, or even soy milk might be okay if you really have to use just a normal non-dairy milk. You know you've blended it enough once you can't hear the rattle of the ice anymore when the blender is on. And there you have it. That is my smooth, creamy base for the milkshake. Now you just need a glass. I'm using a classic sundae glass. And I'm going to start by putting my alcoholic chocolate sauce into the base of the glass. Just pour it right in. Don't miss a drop. And now I'm just going to literally pour in my thick milkshake base, and they're going to sort of make a galaxy together. They really look quite beautiful when poured into each other. It's not going to look like chocolate milk. It's going to look like a weird marbled chocolate deliciousness. And there you go. That is our Mocha Moonshine Milkshake. If you can't drink it right away, which you should, it'll last for a few hours in the freezer or in the fridge. Enjoy!